Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Saturday, the 24th of July. Today, Robert Murray McShane has us reading Judges chapter 7 and Acts chapter 11. In Judges 7, we have the continuing story of Gideon. He calls the Israelites to go and fight against the Midianites, and a great crowd arrives, 30,000 of them. And then in verse 2, we read, "The Lord said to Gideon, 'You have too many men. I cannot deliver Midian into their hands, or Israel would boast against me. My own strength has saved me.' And therefore he has to announce to the army, if anybody's scared, let them leave. 20,000 people go. 10,000 are left. And God says, there's still too many. And eventually with 300 people, Gideon attacks the Midianites and has victory. God gives him the victory. And it's quite clearly not him, it's God. And in Acts chapter 11, the disciples that were scattered from Jerusalem went around speaking to people about Jesus, and some went to Antioch and began speaking to Greeks, which was the first time they'd done that. And we're told a great number of people believed. The Lord's hand was with them, and a great number of people believed. And when the apostles hear this, they send Barnabas to Antioch to see what's going on and to help there. And we're told in verse 23, when Barnabas arrived and saw what the grace of God had done, he was glad and encouraged them to remain true to the Lord with all their hearts. What the grace of God had done. And that just struck me, in the church, in Christian life, in our outreach, in anything we do for God, it's about what God does through us, not what we do, not what we achieve. And I've seen that a number of times as a minister, where I will have a well-crafted sermon with wonderful illustrations and make some powerful points, and I'll preach the sermon, and the best you get is, oh, thank you, that was interesting. And at other times, I've preached sermons where I've thought, oh, that did not go well. I got flustered, I got distracted in the middle, I lost my place, I was a bit rushed, I had too many other things to do, and you come out thinking, oh, that really didn't work well. And then people come and say, that was fantastic, God really spoke to me through it. And so for me, that's a huge encouragement that God works through us, and he isn't dependent on our strength. He didn't depend on the numbers of Israelites, and he didn't depend on who it was that was preaching in Antioch. It was the grace of God that does it. And so we need to take that into our lives and be encouraged that God's grace works in us and he works through us. And so as we speak to people, as we gossip the gospel, as we live out Christian lives, we just say, God, make us instruments of your peace. That's all we can do. And God graciously does work through us. So be encouraged in your walk with him.